so remain due and secured all night.
Hi guys, my name is Josh and I'm going to be talking to you about players I think are achievable and affordable that could come in and do the job for Rangers if Cyriel departs in January or the summer, and if rumours are to be believed, it's looking likely. So the first guy I want to talk about is Shin Yamada. He's a 24-year-old striker, currently at Kawasaki Frontale in his native Japan, and he stands at 175cm tall, so that's just about 5'7", 5'8". He's got 19 goals in 38 games with 3 assists chucked in there as well, and he's contracted to 2027. Now, this is just my opinion, but I believe Shin Yamada is a defender's nightmare. He's a real live wire up top that's not going to stop moving all game. Whether it's those little darting runs in the final third or working the channels, he's going to continue to go all for the 90. He's got a phenomenal engine. Even off the ball, he's always pressing. He's always trying to force defenders into mistakes and capitalise further up the pitch. But for me, Yamada's best attribute is he's always looking to get that shot away as fast as possible. Whether it's touch and finish or taking it first time, if he receives the ball in the final third, there's only one thing on his mind. Interestingly enough, 7 of Yamada's goals have actually came with his head, and he led the league in that stat last season. So despite that smaller stature, he's able to get himself up there and compete for the headers. Yamada comes from a league that prioritise intensity and attack, and how many times have we said that we are missing pace and movement in an attack? So for his value, currently 900 grand according to the transfer market, I'd happily pay double and still think it's a bargain. People are looking at the Japanese league and the Japanese players completely different now, and if we don't get in the Japanese market, I feel it's going to be another league that we cannot afford. So that's Shin Yamada, guys. The next guy I want to talk about is David Sterlek. He's 23, stands at 5'10", 18 games, 10 goals, 2 assists, contracted to 2028. The rest of his stats and percentages are on screen, as you can see. So Sterlek's an academy graduate of Slovan Bratislava, and as much as they're not particularly famous for producing big talents, I think they might just have done it here with Sterlek. Sterlek's deceivingly powerful to look at. He's quite lean, but boy is he strong, and he's incredibly difficult to shift off the ball. This makes him ideal for the link-up play as a lone man. He's able to hold on to it and bring others in. Even against much larger centre-backs, Sterlek's more than holding his own. He's fairly quick without being lightning, but it's his acceleration that really sets him apart. He can get to that top speed in a flash and get himself into really, really dangerous positions. He's also still only 23, but he's became a permanent fixture for his club, and he's a regular inclusion for the Slovakian national team. He had a bit of an ill-fated spell in Italy before returning to Slovan, but perhaps it came a little bit too early, because if last season and so far this season is anything to go by, he's found his groove and his technical ability just keeps on improving. He's valued at 3.5 million. That's a fair chunk of change for Rangers right now, but if he can continue to do what he's doing for Slovan, for us, then there's every chance he's going to make that profit back, and we're going to get an investment return down the line. Next up, we've got Israel's Dur Tugman. So he's 21, stands at 6 foot 1 inch tall. He's got 15 games, 11 goals, 2 assists at the time of recording, and he's contracted to 2026. For me, Dur is the prime example of your modern day striker. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful. He's still very, very young at 21, but he's already established number 9 for his club and arguably his country. And Israel are a really, really improving national team right now. The thing that always got levelled at Dur was his finishing wasn't that great, but if this season's anything to go by, he's really, really improved on that, because he is on fire for Tel Aviv so far. If you believe the stories about Dur, Benfica have been long-time admirers of him, so that gives you an indication of how highly rated this young man is. Add in the fact Tel Aviv and Israel play with the lone man. He's ideal for how we're playing right now. I say he's used to playing as a lone man. He thrives upon it. If anything, I think he would prefer to play the lone striker. Like Sterlek, he's valued at 3.5 million. And I echo what I said about him. It's a fair amount of cash for us right now. But I'm of the opinion, if we don't move for Dur, now he's going to get a bigger move and we're completely priced out of it down the line. Israel's got some really great young talents, and for me, Dawes the cream of the crop. So now we have Leonardo Rocca, 27, stands at a staggering 6'6" tall, plays with Radomik in Poland, 7 games, 11 goals, contracted 2026. Like I say, this giant stands at 2 metres tall. He's actually just under 6'7". And at 27, he's the oldest player that appears in this list. And he's currently in Poland scoring goals, but he's been scoring goals throughout his career. Like I said, Rock is a huge man, but he's actually really, really good with his feet. The old saying, good feet for a big man, is so fitting for Rocker. That's not to say he doesn't use his big frame. Believe me, he does, and he does it very well. That's just not his only string to his bow. He can drop deeper, he can play a bit. He's actually a very, very good passer of the ball. But where his strength really lies is his finishing. He's such a clinical finisher, and he can score different types of goals. He can place them, he can rifle them, and obviously he's going to score a fair few headers with his frame. Peter Crouch is obviously a fair comparison for me, but there's also sprinkles of Luca Toni in there with how he controls the ball and how he moves it. At 27, you're probably not going to get much of a sell on out of this guy, but he's the type of striker that defenders don't come up against very often, so he's hard to handle, he's awkward. He brings that different element, different option to your attack. And for the 1.5 million he's valued at, to come in and probably score the rate that he has been and he has done throughout his career, it's got to be worth the punt. So finally we come to CSK Sofia's Guadion Kayalipu. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. He's 24, 6 foot tall, 16 games, 14 goals. He's contracted to 2027. CSKA Sofia have an absolute beast of a striker, in my opinion, in their hands in Koyalipu. Not only is he very, very strong, he is a lightning fast with good feet to go along with it. The reason I think he's great feet is because he used to play a winger early in his career and he's actually been converted to a striker. So he's took that skill set and he's playing through the middle, so he's more than comfortable taking the man on, and he can time his runs so well and get in behind and beat that offside trap. Finishing wise, I mean, look at his stats right now. He is absolutely clinical. Left foot, right foot, the head. He can do it all. The one thing that's come up when you dig into Kaliput is he doesn't use his frame as much as he could. So if he can incorporate that into his game, then he's going to be even more dangerous. Valued at 1 million, he's at the lower end of the scale in this video, but I think that is an absolute bargain. He's at a great age at 24. Wages, I would imagine, wouldn't be an issue. And with that frame and that power, I think he's tailor-made for the Scottish game. And like I said, I think he is well worth the punt. So that's my ideas, guys, for Cyriel Dessler's replacements. I hope you enjoyed listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks very much. Hope to speak soon. Thank you.